Praise the Lord. I know there have been a lot of arguments about the reality of heaven. Is heaven really true or not? But I tell you, over time, God has given men a glimpse of what heaven is like. And this afternoon, I want to share with us two practical experiences I've had with heaven. The first one was sometime in 1991. I became sick, terribly sick. The doctors had done their diagnosis. They done all they could to help me. They couldn't discover what the problem was. All the analysis was showing negative, yet I was dying. The drugs they managed to give me, I was taking, it had no impact. It occurred to me really that I have come to the end of my life. And as I was waiting for that time to come, suddenly God spoke to me and he asked me a question. And the question he asked me is, Greg, I have seen your prayers. You are asking for more life. You needed more life. He now asked me, what is different? What is the difference in dying today and dying in the next 50 years? For the first time, I thought about the meaning of life. What really is the essence of humanity? So I thought, I said, God, if you give me more time to live, I will do a work for you. I will work for you if I have that privilege. And God said, okay. Then the next thing I saw was I suddenly discovered I had left my body and find myself in a place I can tell you is heaven. And when they say that heaven is a street of gold, is an understatement. There is nothing to qualify the beauty, the amazing environment. The place was so wonderful. And while in that place, there was this song I had. I can't, in fact, I asked that question. Is it possible that a human ears can hear a music of this nature? After that, I had a kind of a message. In that message, it began by appreciating God, telling us what God is all about, whom God is, as we read it in the Bible. But when he finished saying that, he now made a statement which I want to bring to us this afternoon. He made the statement. That statement he made was, in this world, thousands, millions of people are looking for God, yet they can't find him. Yet look at him there with open arms to receive as many as are sincerely searching for him. It stuck to me that all you need to find God is to be sincere. To be sincere. Be dispassionate about your opinion and allow God to talk to you. So soon after that experience, I then found myself in another environment that was like a big feast occasion. Maybe call it something like a big wedding. And while people were gathering there, I came around, I was excited, I was trying to get into the program proper. But suddenly, instead of getting in where the program was holding, I saw something that looked like a track road. Whatever made me to start taking that track road, I wouldn't know. And as I entered that track road, I suddenly found myself in a very dark tunnel. In that dark tunnel, I tried to move on that tunnel because I was like in a confused state. I tried to move under that darkness. Then I hit an object that seems to be blocking my way. And as I hit that object, I sat down on that tunnel and asked the question, where am I? And that was the time I entered my body. I came to realize, brethren, that heaven is real. I saw it and I knew that was heaven. Another incident that I want to share with us of my experience with heaven is experience I had. That was about 15 years ago. Suddenly in a dream, I think it should be a dream or a trance, I suddenly find myself involved in a terrible accident in my car. And in that scene of accident, I find somebody that was looking like me lying by the side of the car, completely battered. But as I looked, I was actually standing beside the car and looking at that object that looked at me. And I was shocked. I said, can this be me? But it's exactly a resemblance of me. I said, but I know I'm not dead. I am alive. I touched myself. I said, no, I am not dead. And then I tried to live the same so that I can interact with other people and know exactly what was going on. And then I saw two women who were close by and they were discussing about the accident now. So I came to them, I said, please, what is going on? Can you people share with me what is going on? I discovered none of them could hear me. I tried to touch them, they couldn't feel my presence. It was at that point I asked the question, am I really dead? Is that what death means? That the minute you die, you have no contact with a human being. They can't hear your voice. You can't touch them. They can't feel your presence. And as I left the place, I discovered I can pass through the wall. I can pass through the door. I can freely move around. It was that point I came back to where I parked the car. And I said, if this is death, oh God, you are not fair to me that I'm too young to die. My wife is young, our children are young. How is my wife going to manage to train these children? I still have so much to offer. But after saying that, in the next few minutes, in the next few seconds, I find myself in heaven. That's the way I can describe the place because it was a sparkling place. It was an exciting place. It was so wonderful. And in that place, I found myself in a round table sitting with other people. It was so exciting. It was so wonderful. But while I was enjoying myself, in that environment, a man walked up to me. I said, oh, Greg, you're here. I said, yes. He said, no, you are not supposed to be here. I said, why? He said, no, because there was a letter given to you. Did you look at the content of that letter? I said, yes, I knew I was given a letter. I realized that I actually received a letter on my left hand, and I was still holding that letter on my first hand. He said, I want you to read the letter because you shouldn't belong here. So I then opened the letter. When I opened the letter, I recognized the exact place I was supposed to be. I knew the address. When I read it, I knew the address. That it was actually another part of heaven, which is different from where we were. So I now stood up and said, oh, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I am not supposed to be here. I'm going to my actual location. As I left the place, on my way to the new address I had, once again I saw a road, a track road, different from the major road. One again, I didn't know what led me to that small track. And as I entered that track road, as soon as I entered that track road, I entered my body. And I shouted. And I said, wow, that God, in his own infinite mercy, is unmistakably showing me that heaven is real. And whatever a man must do to get to heaven, he must do it. And Jesus, in this passage, told us he is the way to that heaven. He also told us the truth we need to make it to heaven. He has it. He also said, I am the life. If you are going to find meaning in life, if you are going to find fulfillment, if you are going to live an inspiring life for this earth, my friend, you need Jesus. You need him.